Live. Okay, we're live.
Quite.
Live. We are live. I don't care what you say. Who you gonna believe, me or your lying eyes?
Yeah. It's funny that you say that too. So since we just jumping in now, I'm going to go and do the intro real quick. Welcome everyone to the Black Culture Geeks podcast. This is my man SPJ.
You.
And I am Tombstone the Dead Man, and we are just a couple of geeks talking about pop culture from a black perspective.
Facts.
Facts indeed. Now, as you can see by the title, it says Crises Abound. I'm pretty sure that could apply to so many things.
I know, right?
Right now in the world today, right?
So many.
You know, the funny part about it, the other day, I had a conversation, and I realized in that conversation something that had been swirling around in the back of my head for years, but it's never really come to the surface or emerged from my subconscious. And I'm sure this is something, by the way, that you have also kind of experienced, right? When you are the smart and informed member of your crew, what you'll find a lot of times,
you son of a bitches,
is that people want to catch you wrong.
Yeah, it's a thing.
It's a whole thing where they feel like, aha, it's a gotcha moment. And you got to ask yourself, why is that important to them?
Yeah. Why do you need me to be wrong?
Why do you need me to be wrong? And then especially when you were wrong in your gotcha thing.
That part.
I think it comes from this, bro. There's a certain shame with some people when they think about the people that are considered relatively informed and smart about various topics, right? And that is because it's a projection of them feeling like, well, damn, I don't really know enough about these sorts of things.
Word.
And he or she seems to effortlessly be able to speak about a wide variety of topics. Why can't I?
Why not me?
That realization is that this is going to sound meaner than it should. One, you're lazy when it comes to that.
Yikes.
Two, you don't have that as a field of interest. In other words, the reason why it looks effortless to us is because we're generally interested. So we see something, oh shit, what's it saying? What is this? We genuinely find it fascinating enough that we want to learn more about it in order to be informed and be able, not for you, but for us, to be able to say that we can speak on this intelligently, even if we aren't experts on it. We know enough about it to have an understanding of, a grasp of it. And you start to ask yourself, well, why don't I care about that sort of thing?
Right.
What I would simply say to those of you who are in that category, don't take it out on your MacGyver friend who happens to be interested in all these things. Instead, count your blessings
that you
have someone in your clique that can do that. Because I am sure there is something you do or know that nobody else in the clique really is on. What's up, Sean P? That nobody else is on, right?
Right.
And you happen to be on that. That's your lane. You can't be a everyman about certain things. Like that's not your role, but that doesn't make your role insignificant. You should see that as a resource, not for you to just absorb and learn everything from that person, because that person probably doesn't know enough about all of these topics to be able to teach you, but he knows enough or she knows enough to get you started so that you can go and look for yourself.
Indeed.
That's how you do that. The constant urge to try to catch those of us that are that way into something wrong, it makes you look foolish and petty. And since you don't really have an interest in knowing a lot of these things, it's hard for you to find something that you can catch us on without requiring you to do work that you didn't want to do in the first place.
That is correct, sir.
Utilize your resources. Listen, there are things that SBJ, this is what he was interested in, the stuff that he found out about either through one interest that led to another interest that led to another interest, right? And instead of me saying, God damn it, I'll get him this time, I'm going to say, SBJ, look, I was looking at this. You know something about this? Blah, blah. That's what I'm going to do.
Indeed.
That's what I'm going to do. Like, I don't know why. Trust me, it doesn't help you. It only helps your ego, maybe, if you manage to catch them with a slip up or they're wrong about something. But overall, he still knows more than you. Right? About these things, he still knows more than you. That's all. Just accept the fact that you have somebody in your circle that's like that. Yeah. That's a jackknife of various different, a multi-tool of various different subjects and topics and things like that. Most of the time, you're not interested in, but there may come a time where there's one specific thing there that has come up and you're curious. You can ask that person and then lead you on a journey to learn more.
Indeed.
That's all. You ain't got to be salty. You don't got to.
People prefer salt.
They really do. And look, I understand why. Have you ate food without it? Yikes. So I get why that is. But as somebody who is at my particular age now, with my particular blood pressure situation, I have had to learn to reduce salt. You know what I'm saying? And my humble suggestion to you is to reduce some salt in your diet. Plus, I need you to understand something. Yes, there is an anomaly, whereas there are people that I'm almost twice their age, where I happen to know more about modern current tech, this, that, and that. That's an anomaly.
Yeah.
That's not something that typically happens. So you don't need to feel any kind of way about that, right? Because you're not going to find that often from my age bracket. You're just not. You're just not.
Correct.
I am the anomaly. So you still up. You know what I'm saying? You still up. I'm the exception that proves the rule, not disproves the rule.
Facts.
You're still up. Just relax. That's all.
Just relax. If it was ever that easy, that's not real life.
Relax and reduce the salt. Your salt intake is killing you.
Simply not real life. That's not how that works, sir.
That salt intake is getting you the fuck out of here. Like what the fuck? What are you doing?
Being salty.
Yeah. Yo, speaking of which, there was a scene in the episode of Malcolm in the Middle. It was the funniest shit ever. So he had a friend, this female friend that he met in school, and she was annoying. Of course, she was very annoying. You know how they do. Very smart, very annoying. And she happened to be getting a lot of attention because as she was getting older, you know, she was starting to find herself, right? And get more interest in stuff. And Malcolm, on the other hand, was really still stuck in his bubble of trauma and drama and whatever. So he tried to warn her that some of these people weren't really on her side. No, it was trendy to be cool with her. She went up, touched his face with her hand, licked her finger, went, salty. That shit took me out. That shit took me out. Me and my daughter was watching one of the the reruns of that shit. That shit took me out. She went, salty. That's how some of y'all be. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's actually kind of salty. Relax.
I mean, I think you're expecting something that's not going to happen.
I mean, that has been the story of my life for at least the last decade and a half, right?
Sure.
It's not. I mean, we
Sure.
we can expect it.
Yeah.
So as you can hear, we have the future of the Black Culture Geeks podcast currently in the studio.
Indeed. I am on baby duty. Thank you. I'm on baby duty right now. And yeah, he's fighting sleep. So
Yeah.
that's a whole thing. And it's gonna continue to be a thing throughout the show. It is what it is.
Yes, it is.
So Crises Abound. There's a lot of shit going on right now.
Niggas.
Real shit, trivial shit, but still
Bullshit.
as impactful because people have real lives.
True.
And they experience more things than just the super serious stuff. Like other things happen simultaneously. The world doesn't stop because
In no quarter.
Yeah, the world doesn't stop because our illegal felon president started an illegal war. Unfortunately.
And is destroying the global economy.
Yeah, it would be great if the world could stop for that and take care of
change it.
Yeah, take care of the issue. Yeah,
right.
Take care of the issue real quick and go back to what it was doing. But unfortunately, that's just not how that works. So that's one crisis that people are consumed with currently. Another one is some corny little nigga from the Bay named LaRussell. So here's the thing. I don't know if I've ever said his name on the show.
No.
Because I'm generally one of those people who, if I don't like something, I don't talk about it.
Right.
Now, again, that's in general. If someone asks my opinion about something, I'm gonna give them my opinion. Not hiding it. But I don't feel like generally going out of my way to talk about something that I dislike.
Facts.
If it pops up and it's the top of the conversation, sure. But out of nowhere, it's not my bag. In my opinion, for me, LaRussell is one of those niggas who you feel like you should be supporting. But then you go and listen to his music, and there's nothing in his music that
grabs you.
Yeah. Because I tried on several occasions. I'm like, all right, cool. Let me see what this nigga talking about.
Do you know the reason why you feel like you should be supporting him? Because he presents, and he may very well be. I can't say, but he presents as a very down to earth, community oriented artist.
System.
Right. He presents that way.
Yeah. Hold it. So over the years, whenever I see him, I'm like, oh, okay, look at you go. And keep it moving.
Now look at me go.
Yeah, I mean, it's simply not my thing, and I feel like that's okay. It's fine. It's fine for me not to be a fan. One of the only video of him that I'll ever come back and watch, I watch it every time it pops up, is I can't remember his name. It's a legendary rapper that was in a group, but he was doing a show with LaRussell, and he like tore a ligament in his knee while he was on stage, and he just did a freestyle about it. Like,
Crazy.
wow! I'm like, yo, that's insane. Every time I see this, I'm going to watch this because he killed this shit.
What up, free thinker?
What up? That's like one of the most hip hop things you could possibly do. Like,
yes, it is.
You're
that and walking in a room and just asking, who are MCing here?
Well, facts.
That's
so. At least every now and then, I'm going to see La Russell because every time that pops up, I'm going to.
You're going to watch that, right?
Yes. So recently, he signed a distribution deal. He's independent. For those that don't know, that's a very big thing with him. And recently, he signed a distribution deal with Roc Nation. And again, niggas be hating on Roc Nation
all the time.
So, again, combined with my initial instinct of I should probably be supporting him, then the Roc Nation shit, knowing that he was about to get more shit. Yeah. Like, okay, yeah, more support, but still, I can't. I tried his music again, really still couldn't. I still couldn't. I still couldn't do that. But you know, whatever. Mm-hmm.
Right. Then rhetorical support matters too.
Absolutely. Yeah. Then a week or so ago, maybe two, he came out with his Lil Wayne take.
Hey, Biddy.
What up? Basically saying, he was like he was a fan of Lil Wayne, blah blah this, blah blah that, and then as he is an adult, he realized Wayne don't be talking about shit, and niggas attacked him.
Yep.
And I'm like,
he was right.
No, he right. He happens to be right about this, guys. Like he's right. He's absolutely right about this.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a back and forth, and there was a whole thing going on about that. But he got through that because at the end of the day, a lot of it was probably manufactured outrage because anywhere that you look that are having conversations about that, a pretty decent consensus of people end up like, yeah, he kind of right. Wayne really don't be talking about a whole bunch of stuff.
I think sometimes it just takes for somebody to say it. Like, it's the same with Busta Rhymes, right?
Yeah.
Before you actually analyze the lyrics and not just be snake fascinated by the flow.
Mm-hmm.
This is the other thing people do. Thankfully, though, I've been a rapper for 40 plus years. So I know when something is all flow and fluff and not flow and actual content.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good person to compare him to for what I'm about to say next. So Bus, he tends to have more substance than Wayne, but there are every now and then his verse will not say anything. Like literally though, not metaphorically. Like literally, he won't be saying anything. Wayne is different. Wayne is a punchline rapper, and he lives and dies by that.
Right.
So with Wayne, him not saying anything is more metaphorically. Like you're not really saying anything. Like you're rapping. And you're rapping well.
But you're not making any statements. You're not.
Yeah, there's no substance here.
Punchline after punchline.
Right.
After punchline.
And that's fine.
There's space for that. Yeah,
yes.
Space for that. Space for that in hip-hop.
That's absolutely fine. Now, I would be lying if I said my favorite Wayne songs weren't the ones where he does say something.
Mm-hmm.
That's me, though.
Right.
But I like some Wayne songs where he don't be saying shit.
What up, GA?
What up? He don't be saying shit in the middle.
Because sometimes the entertainment value of the punchline, he coins a phrase, makes you laugh. The beat is hard. The flow is on point. So it's like, I fuck with this. I fuck with this. Or sometimes he's just talking shit, and just talking shit is part of hip hop too.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally, I'm better than all of y'all. I'm the greatest thing ever. In this particular round of raps, I am not trying to analyze the world. Correct. I am not trying to talk about my past. I'm not doing none of that shit. I'm clearly just putting this out here to tell all of you, you ain't shit, your mama ain't shit, and I'm the shit.
That part.
Right.
That part.
That has a space in hip hop.
Yeah. A Millie, he ain't saying shit on a Millie. But one of my favorite lines
is great. Peace to the geese. It is great.
Oh shit! Damn, Greg came on here when we talk about Wayne.
Right.
So he ain't saying shit in the Millie. But one of my favorite Wayne bars is, "Bitch, real G's moving sounds like legit lasagna." That shit hard.
It's just hard.
And you know what's the crazy thing about that is, you literally, it's like, this is how I always know that I'm not actually a Wayne hater, because I go back and forth with so many people who love Wayne so much that sometimes I got a question like, am I a Wayne hater? No. This is how I know that I'm not a Wayne hater. I've had conversations with people that would be like, see, the G in lasagna ain't even silent. All right, you're doing too much.
You're doing way too much.
We don't have to lie to disparage Lil Wayne.
Yeah,
come on now.
Come on, bro.
He has enough little issues there, here and there, to where you don't got to make shit up. Like, that's crazy.
Word. Yo, Gray said collab Wayne is so much better than solo Wayne. That's true.
A fact. I would put his Hollywood divorce verse up against the vast majority of his own songs.
Here's the other thing, too. Like what you just said there. The song could absolutely be saying nothing. I'm going to give you an example. Who remembers the group that had that song, This or That? You can get with this, or you can get with that. That song was
nothing.
Fire, and it said nothing. Every time, I remember, especially when that song first came out, every time that song was played somewhere, I would dumb out.
Yeah.
Right around the bridge, too, where he's like, engine, number 9 on the new transit line. If my train gets off the track, pick it up.
Yo,
nothing.
Nothing. It's saying absolutely nothing at all.
It had no meaning, but it was fire.
Flames.
The energy.
Fuego flames.
Right. So just because somebody
Supersonic
says
too.
Wayne's
Supersonic is an existent. Great.
Yes.
Supersonic is an example. Yeah, absolutely it is.
Right.
Like, like, what do
you can acknowledge that cabal of words right there. That word salad, while it sounds fun, right? It didn't say anything.
Right.
That doesn't mean you don't dumb out to it.
Facts. It's just that simple. But all that to say, I had generally seemed to be on, well, Lil Russell generally has seemed to be on the right side of history, the right side of things. The nigga corny. Cool. Niggas be corny.
Right.
I'm a fan of some corny niggas.
Right. Same.
I love dearly some corny niggas.
And I don't always like the cool motherfuckers.
Right.
Because some of the cool motherfuckers.
I be corny sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes I prefer being corny.
Right.
Like, what are we talking about? Anyway, so yeah, the nigga corny. All right, cool. What else? Well, we found out what else. This nigga. I'm not even gonna play it because we got a lot to talk about today.
Yes.
But this nigga put out, because that's generally how he tends to show off his new songs. He will put out a clip of him performing it live because he does these concerts in his backyard. Blah 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 blah. So this nigga put out a clip and he said, "Hey, I was doing this song and I sent it to my engineer, and then he called me and he was like, yo, you probably shouldn't put this out."
He should have listened.
Facts, we thinker. He was like, yo, you probably shouldn't put this out. And he was like, what happened? He was like, yeah, you talking about Epstein and blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. So at this point in the video, I'm like, oh yeah, no, fuck that. Put that shit out. Because everything I know about Lil Russell so far.
Means like, he's going to say
okay.
Right.
Go ahead and put this shit out.
Right.
So he like, yeah, all right, thank you for calling me. I'm going to put it out though. Right? And then he starts the song. I don't have the exact lyrics, but basically he says, He's talking about I'm not perfect, neither is the president, blah, blah, this, blah, blah. It seems like he's still going in the right direction.
Right.
And then he says, even the devil was heaven sent. Now, to anybody who has been around here for a while, you know something that we always used to say. We don't say it as often. And one of the reasons, quick tangent, one of the reasons I don't say it as often as I used to is because I've started following more linguists.
Yes.
And they make very good points about a lot of the respectability politics and white supremacy that go into the correcting of speech and blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. So I don't say it as often as I used to.
Right.
There are still things that they subscribe to that I don't, and I will always push back against.
Right.
But for the most part, they are right. It's context. Context matters. I know the context in which I be saying it. So that's why I haven't stopped completely, but I have slowed down. But words mean things. Words absolutely mean things.
It's kind of how we communicate. So.
It's how we communicate. It is incumbent when you are not having a one-on-one conversation with someone, and even if you are,
right.
Actually, I'm going to steal y'all the shit. Any conversation is just as good as a contract between two parties. The contract only works if both sides understand the terms.
Yep.
That's it. It only works if both sides understand the terms.
Right.
The moment that there is a discrepancy in what any of the terms means, there is a problem that has been created.
Right.
And it needs to be fixed.
Right.
There are various ways to fix it, but whatever. So, words mean things. Secondly, on top of that, if you are in a position where you are communicating an idea and it is not a conversation, i.e., the person that is the recipient of your message does not have the opportunity to immediately question you to get clarity.
Right.
It is incumbent upon you to make sure that your message comes across clearly.
That's your job.
That is your job.
That is your job.
Even more so when your profession is dealing in words.
Right.
Even the devil was heaven sent. I'm not going to stop and give the reason why that statement is incorrect.
I am. Heaven sent.
Wait. Okay. I'm gonna get to it because I want to say the rest of it first.
Okay. All right. Got you.
Okay. Like even the devil was heaven sent. All right. All right. I get what you're trying to say, and because of the non-recency of the devil story,
right.
I'm gonna let that slide because
I get what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
you're
I can ascertain
he was God's
the point.
son,
right?
And he was from heaven.
I can ascertain what you're trying to.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Right. So I'm gonna leave that alone.
Right.
Then he says, even Malcolm was heaven sent. All right, okay. Now, what point are you trying to make?
Because
at this point,
right at this juncture, because you just mentioned the devil.
You went from the devil to Malcolm.
And
then he says, even Martin was heaven sent. And I'm like, okay, having Martin there matches with Malcolm, but still, this devil shit.
But like, what are you saying right now?
Then, and I might have the order wrong, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then he says, Donald too.
And then
excuse me, sir. Hold on.
Where
are you going with this? And then he says, Epstein too.
And this is why his engineer told him, do not, you should.
And then the nigga says, Adolf too.
Yeah.
We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. And then you went and did some dumb shit like this. So, obviously, backlash. Why? Because that's not what heaven sent means. Right? Regardless of if you're religious. That's not what that term means.
That's not
actually,
what that term means.
Even non-religious people use that term.
Yes.
So that's not what heaven sent means. Heaven sent is effectively something that is right on time, something that generally is a positive occurrence happening in your life.
At a favorable time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, phew!
What he was using, right. What he was using it to try to communicate is made from God.
Yes.
Which is not the same. They don't mean the same thing. They are incongruous.
Right.
Because you good or not? All right, we'll figure it out. So yeah, they don't mean the same thing. So nigga gets all the backlash because rightfully, what the fuck are you doing? Because here's the thing: when he said the devil, it was, as I said, the story of the devil is so not recent, and in the context of the larger story, important, but not.
It's not. The devil's not the one making news right now.
Sure.
He's not the one.
But in the story, you still have free will. So it's not the devil. It's the devil influencing, but it's not the devil doing. Right. I cannot say the same thing about Donald Trump.
No.
Right? You also cannot say the same thing about Jeffrey Epstein.
No, you cannot.
You also cannot say the same thing about Adolf Hitler.
No, you cannot.
So here's the thing. If you extend this metaphor of what he means to its furthest extent, the only logical conclusion is that he's attempting to say we must be empathetic or give grace to these people.
Right.
And that doesn't that circle don't square, my boy.
No.
So you just not going. Yeah, that circle don't square, my boy.
He's big mad.
Yeah, he's just stubborn. He get that honest.
Yeah,
so of course, like I said, it blew up. All the backlash because you dumbass. My initial, all right, so before I saw the backlash, I'm like, nigga.
Right.
Why would you?
Why would you do
Why would you do such a thing? Right? But then, after I started seeing the backlash, I'm like, good. I'm glad they on his ass. Because we finna see something.
We about to see character. Mm-hmm.
He responds on Twitter. I ain't save it. I don't remember exactly what he said. But basically, y'all tripping, blah, blah, this, and blah, blah, that. Y'all don't understand what I'm really trying to say. That's crazy, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that.
That's crazy, huh?
A little bit after that, he puts out this somewhere between 3 and 5 minute video where he's walking. Yeah.
He's walking and he's specializing.
He's walking and he's doing all of the things that people do when they are standing and planting their flag in the wrong base.
Yeah.
Like he's
about to do the thing. The double down. Look,
absolutely.
He's about to do the thing.
Like, I didn't know this. I didn't know so many people were this stupid. What else? He actually called people. I'm gonna say it because he said it. I'm quoting. He called people a bunch of retarded people.
Yes, he said that.
He y'all going lash out on the guy who be in the community helping the kids. I don't see you out here doing nothing like that. What you do, but except for tweet. He did the. Oh, I don't really be on the internet like that, despite the fact that he's an independent artist, which means the only way that he can promote his shit is through the internet. I don't really be on the internet like that, but my homeboy told me that it was blowing up and crazy. I saw your tweet.
Yeah, he saw it.
You saw it. I saw your tweet. And it was like 3 to 5 minutes of this doubling down, y'all expect artists to do this.
And then he eventually strayed into wanting to blame cancel culture. They all and I keep saying time and time again, y'all keep giving different names for the same shit.
Okay.
It has always been a thing where customers or consumers make choices on who they fuck with, who
Correct.
they will support. If you do something
Do
that
some
they
shit I don't like, I'm gone.
they're not only are they not going to fuck with you when asked,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to tell other people, yeah, I don't fuck with that restaurant because I went over there and there was a rat turd in my motherfucking porridge and shit.
Correct.
Right? That this is y'all keep giving different names for the same shit, then trying to blow it up like it's a new phenomenon. It's not a new phenomenon.
No.
Customers have always had the choice to say, I rock with you or I don't. I support you or I don't. That's always been the case for whatever fucking reason. As a matter of fact, a large part of legislation in the business thing, when it comes to protecting consumers, it revolves that. You know why they don't want monopolies? They want people to have choice.
Right.
And not to have this one entity
That can do whatever the fuck they want. Right.
Bro,
And-
so y'all keep calling it that, but y'all can keep calling it that and acting like it's the worst thing in the world, but it's something always done.
But here's the thing about it. Y'all can call it that all y'all want, but as I keep saying, cancel culture is not a thing. Nobody actually gets canceled. It's been Chris Michelle and House of Cards. What is that nigga name?
Shit. Fuck.
He's a great actor. Great
Yes, he
actor.
is. He's a great actor.
Brilliant actor. He's also a piece of
Kevin
shit. Kevin
Spacey.
Spacey. Yes.
Kevin Spacey.
There's only been Chris Michelle and Kevin Spacey. Nobody else has ever been actually canceled. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. It doesn't happen. There are people who may not have amassed a big enough fan base yet, and they don't have that cushion to fall back on.
Right.
Sure, that happens. But as far as taking somebody who's actually super popular and getting rid of them, that does not fucking happen.
No.
Doesn't happen.
No.
So, yeah, that was the one thing. The other thing, as I look at my Twitter bookmarks, Ryan Coogler.
Before you do Ryan, this was a real simple way Russell could have got out of this shit. He could have just said, you know what?
My bad, John.
I have a complete misunderstanding of what heaven sent means.
Absolutely.
My bad.
That's
You know what that would have done? It would have diffused the vast majority of this shit, and he wouldn't have had to take his shit down.
It would have also humanized him more.
It would have humanized him, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. The conclusion to that is he's canceled all his social media.
Yeah.
Now how long? I don't know, because the one post said he was taking a break.
Right.
But yeah, he's deleted all social media for now.
You could have just said, yo, I misinterpreted what heaven said.
Do you understand how detrimental that is, seeing as though you're an independent artist?
And was picking up steam.
You see how you could have just done anything else? There are several points along this route
He could have
where you could have done something different.
Yeah, he could have got off the interstate.
And the one point that I see a few people talking about that needs to be amplified. Please don't fall. I appreciate what you're doing. You are not qualified. You do not have the skill set. Your pen is not sharp enough.
Right.
To do what you're attempting to do.
Right.
Because we're giving you the benefit of the doubt. Of course, there's some bad faith actors. And I hate there's two things I hate when people do. I hate when people take the bad faith argument and try to make it seem like everybody is making that argument.
Yes.
And I hate when people put something out of their own volition and then they tell you you're missing the context. You have to go watch this 2-hour thing. No, you put this out. It would be one thing if somebody clips you up.
Right.
That makes sense. No, you put this out. You gave us this. Y'all ain't even heard us the whole song. You gave us the snippet.
Yeah.
You
chose what we heard.
I watched the whole video.
Same.
Guess what wasn't in there? The rest of the song.
Right.
That's not my fault. You did that. So,
exactly.
Yeah, there are several points along this track where he could have put it back on to call back to this or that.
He could have went right back to business as usual.
Absolutely. He could have listened to his engineer.
The first and foremost.
He could have listened to his engineer. He could have performed that song in his backyard and not made a big deal of clipping it up.
True.
Because there still probably would have been backlash, but not to this degree and not all at once.
Right.
He could have wrote better. Well, he probably couldn't have, but it was an possible solution in the Omni.
It's an option.
Yes.
It's an option.
He could have written better.
Take a little look, take a little more time, because sometimes that helps instead of rushing to get some shit out.
And then lastly, as Tim said, he could have just took accountability.
Yeah. Bro, do you realize how many times in the course of writing a verse, there might be a term I would love to use, but I want to make sure I can justify the use of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I go and look up what the fuck it actually means to see if I can justify the use of this term, because it fits so good with the rhyme scheme itself, the rhythmic pattern that I'm using, and just overall it just fits like in a neat pocket right there. But before I use it, I have to go. I'm not sure this means what I'm using it for.
Right.
And you go and you look the shit up. It's that simple.
It really is. It really is. It does not take, especially if this is your career.
And you're indie, so you don't have the same concerns about a deadline from somebody else. Like, you can take your time and write that shit and make sure that stuff like this, or give yourself the best case scenario or stuff like this not happening. Because it still can happen. You can pick your words carefully, right? And it still can happen. Somebody can find some fault with it, but at least you did your due diligence, right?
That part.
And of course, it's not going to be like that. It's not going to be like that with every song you do. Right. Something Chuck D said a long time ago, and I have repeated this on numerous occasions, that a rapper raps about what he knows. Yeah. If you don't know much, you ain't gonna rap about much.
That's fact.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes go no more. Something Graydon used to say all the time. He used to be like, so when I did a whole bunch of music, and now I'm kind of running on E a little bit. I just go read more.
Hey,
experience life, and do stuff, and then yeah,
facts. But he said, JJ said, showed him sex. Unfortunately, I can't give him these.
You like that? Look tasty as shit, Pops. You seem to be enjoying it.
You're absolutely right. But just certain things you got to know better. You got to know better, and he literally didn't. All right, moving on to this cooler shit, because this is. We want to know what scuffs my Timbs.
What's that?
It's when we get success in some way, shape, or form. That is. Let me pull this up so I can read this. And he's supremely upset. Actually, hold on.
Turn green and shit.
Let me see.
Turn green, explode, destroy the lab.
Let me see if I can do this real quick. Oh, yikes. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that either. What is happening? I've never messed with these before. This is kind of cool.
Yo, I'm looking at it now on the screen.
All right, just in case, because I gotta pick him up.
Right.
And he's not world ready. The world has not seen my baby, and they will not yet.
You not ready for the world?
No, the world's not ready for him.
Oh, yeah.
So, Ryan, it pisses me off because when we get to a certain point, when we do something, it's inevitable, right? That during an ascent, there will be issues, right?
Always. I've never seen it not a thing.
What good example? Lil Russell. Now, his was self-inflicted.
Right.
Everybody's isn't. So let me just get into this. The release of Ryan Coogler's Sinners in 2025 marked a watershed moment in the landscape of contemporary American cinema, specifically within the realm of original, high-budget, black-led genre films, set against the atmospheric and oppressive backdrop of the 1930s Mississippi. The film follows twin brothers, Stack and Smoke, both portrayed by Michael B. Jordan, as they return to their hometown seeking a reprieve from their troubled past in Chicago. What they encounter, however, is a greater evil, manifested through a genre-bending blend of historical drama, supernatural horror, and musical epic. While the film achieved unprecedented critical acclaim, earning a record-breaking 16 Academy Award nominations and significant commercial success, it simultaneously sparked a complex and often polarized social media backlash regarding the perceived lack of explicit queer representation. This discourse has transcended traditional film criticism, evolving into a broader debate over historical erasure, the politics of subtext versus text, and the limits of intersectional storytelling in the post-DEI era of Hollywood.
That's funny, GA. That's what he said.
Actually hilarious. No, that's okay. I'm trying to get to the where we at? Theory of fugitive existence, digital gatekeeping, polarization.
I haven't heard this entire critique yet. It does kind of bother me that he couldn't tell the story he wanted to tell.
It is a conversation that you can't have without extreme nuance and context.
Yeah.
And luckily, we have that by the spades here. So, let me make my screen brighter so I can actually see this shit. So, allegedly, it all started because someone asked why there was no Vogue scene in the big dance number, the big music number. Why was there nobody voguing? Now, let me explain how things work for the idiots out there who don't have not even that, who have a warped understanding of how the world works. They think everything revolves around them, and if they didn't see something, then it couldn't have possibly happened.
Right.
Best example I'll give you is people who say, "Oh, you fans can't make up your mind. If I do this, y'all say this. If I do the opposite, y'all say this." No. What you're experiencing is the vast majority of different people having a complaint. It is not the same one-to-one group. It's not the same
ones having the same exact complaint. There are segments that have this complaint.
Exactly.
Not everybody. Right?
That's my favorite example of explaining this phenomenon. It's the little world problem theory. The world is much bigger than you.
Right.
Much bigger than you. No, man, even if you're a celebrity, if you are the biggest movie star in the world,
right? The world's still bigger. It's been here longer, and it'll be here after you.
Facts.
So,
if you're the biggest movie star in the world, you still haven't put out a movie that grossed the amount of money that would represent every human being that exists watching your movie.
Right.
Right. So, yeah, the world's bigger than you. The smaller you are, the bigger the world is. Now, apparently this started because of the Vogue conversation. So, as it has evolved, the people who are defending the argument are saying that, oh, this is just black heteronormativity, and they can't, they couldn't take this small critique. No. Because you want to know the first thing that I saw? The first thing that I saw was somebody cold. They were not quote tweeting anybody. I looked at their page. They were not communicating with anybody before this about this.
Right.
I looked at their replies. They were not replying on anything about voguing.
Right.
The first thing I saw about this was somebody says, I want to know what Ryan Coogler's politics about queerness are.
That's it.
So, could this person have seen the voting conversation and take this from it? Yes. Absolutely. However, this is now a different conversation. This is not that same conversation.
No.
Could he have included voguing in that 3-minute montage, 15 seconds of voguing? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 100% dollars to donuts. He could have done that.
And we love donuts over this month. We actually love dollars too.
We love dollars more. Yeah, he could have did that. He absolutely could have. But he didn't. For whatever reason, he didn't. So now
you can't assume that because he didn't, there was some agenda not to.
Correct.
Or he had some personal grievance against that.
When you tell the people that are arguing, and I hate to say they're arguing in bad faith. I don't know that they're arguing in bad faith. Of course. Of course. Some are. But I think it's easier to say they're arguing from a place of emotion rather than a place of logic.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the better way of saying it. Because a lot of them, they believe what they're saying. They absolutely believe what they're saying. And they're absolutely looking for a solution. It's just they aren't.
This girl said, why has SBJ been felt by the predator?
Hilarious. I don't. When you start saying, I'll just read some of it. Because this is.
By the way, like I try to put on an extra hat of understanding for different marginalized groups who have been told by the larger society they ain't shit for so long, so they have these knee-jerk reactions and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But me also being part of a marginalized group that Ryan and I actually share, male, black, I gotta say, what some of this does come to, at least to some of us, what it sounds like, this man just did some shit that nobody else done.
Correct.
In this genre. And it seemed like every time this happens, there is something that takes place to peel away that success a bit, to put an asterisk on that success.
Right.
That's what it feels like. And I'm not saying that's what all of them are doing. I'm just saying it's kind of coincidental. So the same way I'm trying to understand your sensibilities from marginalized groups that I am not a part of, you need to understand that for us also, this seems a bit, expected.
All right, so here's one of the branches, because it's all over the place, of course. So I'm starting with, again, could you get down, please? Sir, excuse me. Excuse me. Get down. So this is one of the branches from that post that I saw. To read it again, I would like to know Ryan Coogler's politics around queerness, though. Someone says, and what will happen once you know? Because Elon Musk, I know, right? That's one of those. I ain't bleeding, so I must not have said nothing wrong. That's one of those. And what you gonna do when you find out?
My mouth ain't bleeding, so I must ain't say nothing wrong.
She says, and what will happen once you know? Because Elon Musk has problematic views on queerness and neglected his queer daughter, but you're still on his app.
Woo! Woo!
So somebody responds, Elon found us here. He was queerphobic. The reason people stay is...
still could have left.
Yep. He said, what up, Cindy? He said the reason people stay is to give him the middle finger. No, Absolutely not. Because I can honestly tell you, me being on Twitter has nothing to do with Elon. Zero to do with Elon. Anyway, Twitter is also the largest platform for social issues discussions, whereas if Coogler is queerphobic, I wouldn't watch any of his work. Same as when people no longer buy Teslas. And she replies and says, no social media platform is necessary. You can try to frame it as such, but just admit that you're addicted to social media and you're willing to look past who the owner is because of that. Okay. So that person replies and says, but watching Coogler's work when he is queerphobic or not is not a necessity. She says he employs queer folk. He doesn't have to make stories centered around them. Would you like a list of LGBTQ films for you to watch? Ryan Coogler doesn't have any and probably never will. And it went back to somebody said when she said, and what will happen once you know, because Elon, blah, blah, blah. Somebody quote tweeted her and said, when y'all do this, it'd be so disingenuous. This how y'all act anytime someone criticizes something or has a different outlook. It's not weird to want to be represented by people in the community.
Yo.
In what community?
I gotta say, when you say we have a criticism for him, it comes off like you're saying he did something wrong.
Correct.
That man did nothing wrong. He made the movie he wanted to make.
Correct.
What up, Ryan?
What up? So to her, that original lady, hold on, man. To her, that original lady says, you do know there are tons of LGBTQ films and TV shows out there if you want to watch them, right? Ryan Coogler does not have to be that for you. If you really wanted to watch those films, the content is there. You know it is. I can send you a list of them if you like.
It is not incumbent upon Ryan to be all things to all people, man.
Yeah, it goes further.
As long as he's not doing active harm.
Yep.
Chill.
Not to mention, well, we're going to get there. So to that, somebody replies, and I ain't going to lie, I wouldn't even suggest he do it. Tyler Perry has been doing movies, plays, TV shows, etc. for damn near 30 years. As soon as he try to be inclusive and do a show for them, they all take it as confirmation that he's a homo. Like, damn, as soon as y'all get one. And she replies to that and says, my thing is, what if Ryan simply doesn't want to? He doesn't have to. Go where you're supported. Ryan Coogler employs LGBTQ members. He does not have to make stories centered around them. It is okay to want that, but don't chastise him for it when he's not queer, nor does he queer bait.
Right.
Somebody says, so the nigga can go out his way to include Asian culture in the film, but not even depict black queer folks. Why y'all hate it so bad? Here's the thing about that.
He absolutely can do that. And it doesn't mean he hates you.
I think somebody close to him. I think his wife has Asian heritage. I also think a producer on the film is Asian in some way, shape, or form. Also, it is time period appropriate because there was a relationship between the African Americans and the Chinese people in the Mississippi Delta.
Yes.
Also, voguing aside, right?
Also, wait a minute. Before you do that, you do know there was a larger subtext reason for why the Asians were in this movie. He was trying to show that there's other marginalized groups that were there also that have different, even though they were living in this area at this time, they had their own prejudices that was heaped upon them by the larger society as well. They internalized it differently. Yeah. They reacted to it differently. This was a lot of subtext.
That is about the black people, the Asian people, and the Irish people.
Yes.
Anyway, whatever. We're not expecting them to be deep. They about
Cindy
as deep.
Says, you create what you know. It would be a disservice to LGBT for him to do a story just to check off the box without it being exactly.
Correct.
Exactly.
Let me see. Next one. Da 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 da. The next one I had seen was y'all want every piece of art to reflect you specifically, and that's the issue. It's not always your time to be front and center. This should not be complicated. Stop trying to stretch people's art to include everyone and everything. That's how you lose what's special about it.
I agree with that.
Yes.
I feel as though like it largely depends on the type of story that a person wants to tell. Now, where we get kind of hung up on shit is if the only opportunities to make a movie are given to one group.
Yes.
Who is going to do movies that center his experience, which centers him being around that group. Yes. And nobody else gets their experience shown in some sort of light. Correct. That's a problem. That's a problem. So what you do is you make sure everyone has the opportunity for their stories. As long as it's good. At least give it a chance. Yeah. At least give it a chance. As long as it's good, right? Mm-hmm. And we are fortunate that there are plenty out there. And movie theaters aren't the only place to go see them. They're all on streaming services and shit like that now too. So you do have a chance to get your story told. Somebody out there is telling your story somewhere, or telling something that is close, similar to your shit. Go find it.
Absolutely.
This is not 1985, y'all. In 1985, there was a lot of groups that just was not serviced in entertainment. That's not like that now. It's not.
Yeah. So, it was just a bunch more of this. But we're short on time. So the point, basically, my point in all of this is please stop trying to force everything into everything. One of the guys said, in such a movie that's supposed to be representative of the total black experience. Pause. Who said that?
Who said that?
Who said that?
That was about. Come on, man.
You also understand that, again, outside of the voguing thing, that I will give you 100%. He could have done that. 100%, yes. But outside of that, what other way was he supposed to show representation for LGBTQ people in 1930?
Right.
Do you know what would have happened to them in the 1930s?
Bruh.
Do you understand how they would have been treated by the vast majority of people? And I don't want to hear you can't be disingenuous. That's what I was about to say. You can't be disingenuous and assume that the black people would have treated them better, but now say that it's the black people. That's not how that works.
No.
That's not how that works.
We grew up in the community.
Yes. There were absolutely queer people who were around and contributed to the advancement of society and civil rights and all that other good stuff.
And guess what?
They deserve their own stories.
They deserve their own stories because a lot of them were in hiding.
Correct.
They were hiding who they were.
Yes. Certain people may have known who they were, but everybody did not. That's not how that works. And that is something that requires much more nuance and time than a couple minutes in this. No. No.
Also, if you know anything about Ryan Coogler, just from his work with the whole Black Panther thing, you know how exhaustive he is.
In which he included a queer couple.
Yes, he did, as a matter of fact.
2 of his 5 movies, he's included queer couples.
I'm just saying, he's very exhaustive when it comes to finding out specific things about the things he wants to write a story about because he wants a certain level of authenticity to it.
Correct. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. Like I said, the man has included queer representation in almost half of the films he's put out. And now this blows up after he wins an Oscar for it.
That's why, like I said, to
it
those
seems
of us that share the same marginal group, this looks problematic. Right?
Yeah. It seems performative. Anyway, weak stuff.
All right, so I got a couple things. Not a whole lot, but a couple things. First, it was an insurrection around here with these goddamn cats. Now There has been attempts to escape. There has been one specific incident where one actually got outside, but the other ones were like trying to do what they could do to do the same thing. And certain stuff happened right around the same time, even though it wasn't in the house. Everything didn't happen in the house, which leads me to believe insurrection. So I leave outside of my bedroom door, and what do I see all over the floor? Ripped up paper towels.
Yes.
Ripped up roll of paper towels. All over the fucking floor. I already know who the culprit is. Yeah. It's that goddamn Superfly. Because for whatever reason, and it could be because he's bored or whatever, but for whatever reason, when he sees a paper towel, a roll of paper towels, it reminds him of something.
Attack.
And he attacks it, right? All over the floor. So I chased this monkey ass upstairs and cleaned up the mess. Simultaneously, I get a message from my wife, who that particular day had to take Maya, the most attitudinal cat in the house, to the vet. And here is the report she gave me. Maya is in here showing out, growling, hissing, spitting. It's taken 3 techs to keep her steady to get her blood catheter in. Yeah. She got loose and was running around the hospital. Techs were running around with towels, trying to apprehend her. At the same time, avoid the buzzsaw that's coming, right? Because cats are living, breathing buzzsaws.
Facts.
And once they get started, it's round, bite, round. And they can twist their bodies in ways you wouldn't imagine to get the bite off or the scratch off, right?
Facts.
So chaos ensued.
No, he was here. No, he was here chilling. I promise you it wasn't him. I promise you it wasn't him.
Not that chaos.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about we're not talking about the anthropomorphic version of chaos, which is the cat. We're just talking about the actual concept of chaos.
Okay. Gotcha.
It ensued. So when I get this message, I go, well, isn't this a coinky dink? I take a picture of the shit that was still remaining. Like, this is what your boy did. And then not 30 minutes after that, the attempt to escape took place.
Right.
Listen, cats around here be plotting. They do. And on top of that, Maya has the audacity, after creating this mess, after embarrassing this household, right, in public and shit, right? After doing that, she is currently walking around this house naked as a jaybird. No fucking collar, streaking and shit.
Yep.
Still with an attitude, but see, because she lives here and we are the people, she don't give us the same shit she gives them.
Right.
The other thing about Maya is that she has a habit of getting so anxious about the idea of being taken out of the house in a carrier or whatever, getting in the car and going down there. There have been several occasions she will poop in the bag. That's how anxious she is. So what my wife ended up doing when she has to take her in is get one of those sanitary pad thingies or whatever to align the inside of the carrier with, just in case she doesn't. She didn't do that at all this time, which leads me to believe this was all part of the plan.
Sure.
Get me up in here, fuck these dudes. I'm going to fuck these dudes right on up.
Understandable.
Like, yeah, I mean, this is what it looks like to me. Now, on to my second thing. And I actually talked to SBJ about some of this earlier. First, a little context, all right? The reason why I don't have the negative connotation that other people have about AI. Is because my first introduction to that wasn't negative. It was in the 70s. It was Star Wars. And what you had was R2D2 and C3PO. Now you say, oh, those are robots. Yes, what they are is embodied AI.
Yeah, I'm about to say they're autonomous.
They're autonomous. They can clearly think on their own, make decisions, and enact their will on shit. They did have a certain programming, yes.
Sure.
But when they were left to their own devices, they figured shit out. They talked amongst each other. They did all of this other shit. This was my first introduction to AI, even though it wasn't referred to as that at the time. Then after that, it was Buck Rogers, show from the 80s. He had his little homeboy Twiggy, which was a robot. But again, this was AI. Not only that, at that point in the history of the lore, they got rid of all human politicians because human politicians are shit. So what they were doing, they had these little AI discs. This was the council. And they put the council, and the council made good decisions and brought humanity back from the brink of destruction. The first time I remember seeing AI portrayed in a negative light was Battlestar Galactica, also another show from the 80s, where the Cylons was fighting the humans that were trying to make their way to Earth or whatever. So my interpretation of all of that was, okay, some AI can go bad, some shit can go bad, but my first introduction was good shit. So I don't get rattled or anxiety about AI because my first experience of it was stuff that I liked, right? But I understand that for some of you, right? Ultron may have been, whatever. So I get that. That said, the other day, my mother-in-law was getting ready to go on this trip with some of her friends. And apparently, or whatever this thing is that they're going, but apparently this is going to be quite a shindig because the amount of snacks that was upstairs was crazy. And I was pissed because it wasn't for the house.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't for the house. But whatever the case was, I'm talking stacked muffins, other assorted cookies, drinks, all of that shit was just stacked up high. So my mother-in-law had her friends come over and help her bag stuff up, put stuff in things so they can just hand out to the people that was going on the trip. I go upstairs when they were done to take the stuff and put it in their car because they're taking it away with them. Okay, cool. I take the first batch out, and when I come back in, I get questioned about AI.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Cindy said, stop pinching that baby, SBJ. So,
I'm about to change that I to a U.
But yeah, so the reason I get asked about it is because my mother-in-law really just started using these tools. And her very first foray into using those tools, she came to ask me about it because she know I use these tools. And then she was actually very successful with the thing she was trying to do when she used the AI. So I'm thinking what happened is she told her friends about it. Mind you, these are all women over the age of 70. Okay, 70. So they asked me about what's the best one, because people, when they think in terms of anything, they think in terms of what's the best. I want to get the best one. I told her it's not really. That's not how this works. It depends on what you're trying to do. Some of them are reasonably equal, but they excel at certain things better than the other. So you got to know what you're trying to do. So I gave them a few examples, a few suggestions, options. Then I went and took the rest of the stuff back in the car. When I come back in the house, I see these women surrounding a laptop, having a conversation with an advanced voice mode, getting their questions answered, also by a very charming male voice, right? That was making them laugh and everything. I say that all that to say this. If 70-year-old women can open up their minds and say, look, a lot of these products are problematic. Where we get our tennis shoes from is problematic. The certain elements in your cell phone, the way they get that, precious metals, is problematic as fuck. You're still going to use it, though. If they can think that way. And the stereotype is that the older people are, the less willing they are to try something new.
Yeah.
I don't really see an excuse why somebody else wouldn't. And mind you, these women are activists and have been that for a long time and have put themselves out there for things that some of you wouldn't even change the channel or stop using a social media platform for. They're going to, even at their age, lap a lot of y'all because they don't have the baggage that comes with consuming endless, copious amounts of internet sludge and outrage, and they don't have that. They say, "Oh, this tool works." Like their car, that help the pores in the atmosphere, like all the other stuff they use that's problematic as fuck. They simply say, "Oh, this helps me do what I needed to do," and they used it with no problem. I thought that was a interesting observation. But other than that, this week I've continued to work on my department with Majesty Reader, creating a standard operating procedure list, and also figuring out some other things to make a responsive database for people that would be in my department, so that they don't have to remember just off the top of their heads how certain features work. So when they do get questions about that through the troubleshooting thing that we're setting up, if they don't remember offhand, they can just go, "Oh yeah, you have to do this, blah blah blah." This, that,
because
blah.
I simply cannot. I can't remember. So
I know you're not, and I know that's why I'm putting all those things together in a single resource that will allow them to just be able to go, bam, send off the answer real quick, fast, good service. Anything else that's a bug, it gets reported.
Yeah.
That's my week.
Word. All right, real quick. It's just work. Went back to work. God damn it. God damn. Yeah, man.
I know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, let them know how I feel about that. The welcome back is all I'll talk about. It was a couple other things that were annoying, but I'll just talk about the welcome back. It started the Friday before.
Okay.
My boss sent me a text talking about how badly they've missed me around the office and blah, blah, this and blah, blah. I appreciate the sentiment. I do. I came back to a bunch of little fires to put out. Nothing too crazy because I was working while I was out.
Right.
So nothing too crazy had a chance to, even happen. The people I really fuck with, and it's clear they fuck with me, were happy to see me for the most part. There were a couple annoyances that I'll mention in a minute. But they were happy to see me back and asked a bunch of questions, and I showed most of them pics of this one. And there was one or two people.
Ryan, I don't. I'm glad I'm past that. I'm glad I'm past that.
There were one or two people who I don't not fuck with, but I just don't necessarily fuck with like that.
That's kind of
who asked to see the baby, so I showed them one picture.
Okay.
Everybody else, I gave them my phone and let them see the album. But those people, here you go. Here you go. No, don't touch. Here you go.
Right. Don't touch. That's the same as touching the kid. Like,
yeah, no, I mean, we're not doing that. The one lady. All right, sir. The one lady. Oh, what was that?
I cussed your ass off.
The one lady who I've talked about on here, who don't really fuck with me at all, did the whole fake. Oh my God, you're back! Congratulations thing.
Yo, I would have hurled like
that
right
was
there.
Annoying, but thankfully she just shut up after that. Like that was the only thing she said to me. And I'm like, great, that's fine. This is perfect. Then you have my crew, Marcus, Debbie, the 19-year-olds, absolutely not 19 anymore. My work mom, Dawn, my supervisor was not my supervisor, and my boss, who I talk about on here all the time. Marcus and Dawn, they've seen me and the baby since I've been gone because they're my people. They're my people, my people. The rest responded accordingly and were not annoying in any way. Then you have the people who have been mentioned on here but not named or given a nickname, most of whom I fuck with, but to varying degrees.
Right.
For various reasons.
Right, I said, it's better than curtain crawling, carpet climbing, crotch goblins around the house.
That's debatable. That's debatable.
It is debatable, but it's still funny.
Yeah. So, most of them I fuck with. Oh, to be clear, some I might fuck with more than some people I mentioned in the first group.
Of course.
But we're not going to go into detail.
Right.
This group was a bit annoying. I'll mention two of them, but there were more. And it all centers around one theme. One has this thing where whenever she learns any personal information about me, she comments on how, that's how I know we're not friends. Here's the thing. I would actually love to be your friend.
That is so cringe.
Right? I would actually love to be your friend. But I don't tell people things about me if I don't know anything about them. The only information I know about her, I learned from my little sister, who used to work for the company because they were best friends at one point.
Right.
She has never given me any new information about herself. Like, never once.
It's pretty hard for you to chastise me about not telling you stuff about me when I don't know hardly anything about you.
Yeah. Never once in life.
Right.
Let me see. I was there. Another one of these people, I went to the office they work at. It seemed like they had an attitude. Now, generally, I treat people's unannounced attitudes exactly how them being unannounced implies.
Yeah, facts.
Clearly, it's not my business.
Facts.
Because you didn't announce it.
Right.
If you wanted it to be my business, you would have announced it.
This is the equivalent of, there's no blood in my mouth. I said nothing wrong.
Facts. But since I'm generally in a good mood these days, because, baby, I went ahead and engaged. I said to them, what, you not talking to me now? That little break in the ice got them to snap back to our usual rapport.
But that's some whack ass shit, though. I
agree.
That's some whack ass shit.
Hey, listen, I just work there. But what I'm not going to do is have my work environment be tense because you got an attitude.
Facts.
So,
facts.
But that snapped them back to our usual rapport. And of course, now I get fussed at for not telling them I was having a baby. Now, to address this again, for the last time now, since everyone officially knows, people see how I carry things at times and assume that I'm secretive, right? And I don't blame you for making that assumption. I understand why you would assume that. This isn't me fussing about that assumption. I get the assumption. I am actually, though, an open book. But you know how people failed open book tests? You know the way that you can fail an open book test? Is if you never read the fucking book.
You never read the book. And now you're trying to find...
Right.
Yeah.
I don't just generally go around announcing my business randomly to people. That's not what an open book means. I wish people would stop using it that way.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I'm an open book. You just have to read it. That's it. It's really that simple. So it's not a single person that can say they asked me about the baby or going back to the wedding.
Right.
And I wasn't forthcoming about it.
Right.
Literally. Even people I don't even fuck with like that at work. If they brought one of the two things up, I was forthcoming about it. Why?
Right.
It's because of what I was saying during the time around the wedding. It's not a secret. It's just not everybody's business.
And I'm not running around to tell you my business.
Right. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
You imagine what that looks like? I'm literally walking around the office going, by the way, did you know I was having a baby?
Right.
By the way, you know I was getting married?
Like, what the hell? No.
Like, what the fuck?
It's not my thing. It's not how I operate.
I don't think that's anybody's thing. Who's going around just telling people, look the fuck out of it. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. So cringe.
Right. Now, mind you, I freely posted about these things on Facebook. I don't even post on Facebook. So if one were to look, it wouldn't be hard to find.
True.
Remember this phrase, it's not a secret. It's just not everybody's business.
By the way, did you know I put out 2 albums?
Right. Like, no, I'm not just randomly offering this information up. What's going on? Again, Facebook. The grapevine at my job is legendary. We're not going to act like y'all didn't hear about these things. Yeah, I have several people on my Facebook that work for the company. The company ain't but so big. Within 2 separations of the people on my Facebook page, that enough people knowing to have told people in the company that I've never had a conversation with.
Right, right.
That's how small our company is. The second person I just talked about even admitted that they had heard. I only went out of my way to tell the people who I either had to or that would be a part of either thing in some way, shape, or form.
See, SBJ, that's how we know. That's how I know we not friends. I don't even know what you had for breakfast. Like, stop it.
Right.
Stop
right.
It.
Like, what are we talking about here? I don't understand. There are people, and it's throughout the whole process. Oh, why I'm just finding out? Because apparently you just found out.
Right.
Like, because you just heard.
Right.
It just got to your branch on the grapevine. I don't fucking know.
It's funny that you say that because that is like that was an ongoing phrase amongst me, my man CJ, and my man Bucky when we worked at Phillips Seafood Warehouse. Would be when we found out some shit about the other person that wasn't expressed. First thing, motherfucker goes, "This nigga keeping secrets." Yeah,
it's like, bro, I don't like. I'm not going, and they even said to me, I know you all secretive and stuff. I am not. I am not. What have you asked me?
Stop telling me what I am.
What have you asked me that I haven't answered?
I know everything with you is like a CIA Mossad type.
Like, no,
nigga.
What? Just ask. If you're interested, ask.
That's interesting though, that they have built a version of you in their heads that is completely alien from who you actually are.
The crazy thing is, I'm not mad at it.
No.
At all. It works for me.
It's a legend.
It's the craziest thing.
It's a legend of SBJ.
Because I don't randomly espouse all of my personal business.
Right.
If you happen to have some type of closeness with me, that reputation makes you not ask.
Yeah.
I want to be clear on this. Because what?
Right.
No. If I fuck with somebody like that and I find out something about them from somebody else, then I'm going to go talk to them about it.
Of course.
Not like,
Of course.
not on no confrontation shit, but like, oh shit, congratulations, such and such, such and such. Or, damn, sorry to hear that, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. Or whatever, whatever the case may be. Whatever appropriate response that situation deems. Like, what are we, huh?
Right.
If you find out I had a baby, the first thing that you should say to me is congratulations. Anything other than that is pretty inappropriate for the most part. There are a few exceptions.
Agreed.
I just can't think of it right now. But yes, there are a few exceptions. But outside of that, anything else?
Spoken in hidden hallways amongst that company, there are rumors, whispers of rumors of the legend of SPJ.
Right. Like
the secret one.
The one person that handled it the best, that felt any type of way that I didn't tell them personally, was one of my coworkers, and she was like, I walked into the, I think I said this on here, I don't remember. I walked into the office, and she looked at me. She was like, go back there. And I went back there, and she was like, why you ain't tell me you was getting married? And then gave me a hug. Like, boom, that's perfect.
That's perfect.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But this inquisition and
accusatory.
I know you're secretive, but you could have. No. Oh, I thought we was better than that. Better than what?
I hate
Leave me alone.
I hate that shit, yo. I hate that shit. I thought we was better than that.
If
man.
we've
you
had
really disappoint me. We was rooting.
Yo, if we've had any conversation about my personal life, I fuck with you in some type of way, shape, or form. Right. I promise you. Because there are certain people that when they telling stories about their personal life, I just be like, yeah. Oh, that's crazy. So if I've ever offered you any little nugget of my personal life at work, I fuck with you on some degree.
Right.
I promise you.
Right.
Please don't misconstrue me not running to you as soon. That would be like, I'm at work, Chrissy called me, she showed me the pregnancy test, and I immediately run downstairs to the main desk. Like, guess what? I know we don't ever have a conversation about anything ever in life, but here.
Yo, imagine you, right? Going on a company intercom.
Bruh.
Or CCing everybody.
Typing it up, putting up a memo in the elevator. Going into Outlook and selecting the whole contact list.
Oh my!
I would just like to inform everyone that James Davis is having a baby. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? No, it's not everybody's business.
Setting a projector up.
Right. It's not everybody's business. It's cool. It's not that you can't know. That's not the thing.
Man.
It's a whole child. It will be known about. Like, what? What are we talking about?
Discourse said there are a lot of people that tell everyone everything, and typically nobody likes them.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That is a thing.
It is the whole thing.
No, you just chilling. All right. But yeah, that's it.
We would like to thank all of you guys once again for joining us for another rousing edition of the Black Culture Geeks podcast. Those of you that came in a little late, understandable. You can watch the replay.
Yeah.
Be sure to never forget that there's always music.
Always.
Old music, music that's current, and future music. Also, Majestic Comics, Patreon. As a matter of fact, today, we're going to be recording.
If he cooperates,
we're going to try to record. Right,
yeah. That's the goal.
Something today for Patreon, which should be interesting. Yeah. For the record, for those of you that aren't on Patreon, I recently put up there some sneak previews of the next issue of Extra Being Entropy, which is in production. The inks are done, and I gotta say, it looks amazing.
I mean,
can't wait to get it colored and do the lettering, and then slide it off to Cindy to do her proofreading thing, and then we decide what we're gonna do after that. I can't believe that everybody here is thanking Discord for his 2 albums when he was talking about SBJ. Y'all are ridiculous. Y'all are ridiculous.
Hilarious.
But
yo, y'all are hilarious.
y'all terrible. For my man SBJ, I am Tombstone the Dead Man, and for the greater World Entertainment family, we are out.
Peace.